Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. A woman wanting to have your baby is major. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. There's two situations that you gotta look at it like. Does a woman want to have your baby, or she just wants a baby? Because sometimes there's a lot of women, they'll have a man's baby, but it's not even about the man, it's more about the baby. Even some women who get married, there's plenty of women, they'll marry a guy and they'll have a baby, a lot of times by accident, or other times they specifically wanted a baby, but they ain't really pressed about the man. He was just a sperm donor for them. Indeed, there's some women, they'll get pregnant by a random dude and then don't try to keep up with him. I mean, that's how deep, but they just wanted the baby. It's not about the man. But in situations when they specifically want a man's baby, that is major. Remember what I talked about in the last episode about primal attraction. When a woman, she wants your baby, not a baby, your baby. Oh, that's the real thing. That's the real thing. In fact, I've talked with some people recently, in recent weeks, about that. And one young man was in my inner circle. He said a psychologist told him that. That's when people are talking about alpha and beta, that's the real alpha. When a woman wants that specific man's child. Shoot, some women will even have that specific man's child, and it's not even about child support or anything like that. It's like she wants that man's child, which means she wants to reproduce that man. She wants his features for her children, whatever he might offer. She wants his features, his body build, everything for her child. She wants those genetics. That's the real thing. Shoot, those are, you gotta call those not even sexual alphas, genetic alphas. I think that's the best term for them. And they might not have much going on in the real world. Shoot, they could be introverted and everything. But women want those genes. And that's major because, there's a lot of talk about the other aspects of it, but when you get that woman want your baby, like specific baby, because there's some women, they will go up to a guy, some will pay for his specific seed. And I ain't talking about like a situation, they just want that sperm donor or something, like sometimes. But yeah, because there's plenty of single women out there, single mothers out there, and they making money and everything. They just wanted the baby. They don't even want the guy involved. I'm gonna tell you what, that's deep. That's deep. Now, the situations when they want a baby, the guy just got to be decent and everything. And they might look at him and say, well, he all right. He decent. The baby ain't gonna be totally jacked up and everything. That means a lot. Because see, here's the thing, when a woman wants to have a specific man's baby, he's hitting her on the deepest level of attraction. That's that prime attraction. You can't, that's hitting on a level where it's like boom. Like fellas, I imagine, because I don't know for sure not ever being a woman, and knowing that feeling, but fellas, think about it. Have you ever met that woman and you wanted to engender a life in her? Hey, that's seriously, it's just something about her. He's like, damn, I want to make a baby with this woman. You ever see that? You ever feel that woman, that energy and everything? I imagine it's the same for women. And I've had some women kind of say that. Like I said, I got to just go on what they're saying. They just said some guy, their ovaries are just popping. They thinking pregnant. It's hitting them on a deep level. And that's hitting you because it's deeper than just the genetics, really. It's actually deeper. She's looking at you as like, this probably be a great father, Indeed, that could be part of the pregnancy game. And I've talked about that before, the pregnancy game, the pregnancy trap. That was the first game I learned from my mother. She said some women, they'll just want that baby from the guy. And like I said, it ain't about child support or anything. It's hitting, that man is doing something to that woman's insides. See, understand something. When women hit puberty, they have what Master Yao Yamache Morris calls a master feminine faculty. That's when women just go crazy. That's when, like, any parents or teachers, anybody who's dealing with any girls, once they hit puberty, they could probably say, for a while, they were kind of unbearable. Could have been a straight A student until they hit puberty. In fact, I would strongly advise any fathers out there, when their baby girl hit puberty, you pretty much got to put her on lockdown. And then have some help, because she'll sneak out. She'll go to school, because unfortunately, that's when a lot of girls will get pregnant. Because their mind just go, all the blood rushes from their head down to their vaginas. And it's just a pure attraction. Don't got nothing to do with money, don't got nothing to do with no status, blue checks, anything like that. Because that little girl, she ain't thinking about that, she thinking one thing. And if we lived in a different society, different type of culture, that's actually the best time for women to actually have babies when they're teenagers. Because I had cousins who popped out kids when they were teenagers, and they were like, oh, this is easy, we could do it again. That's why they could do it. That's actually when they're most built for it. If we lived in a different culture, indeed in some African indigenous cultures, that's why the grandparents would actually raise the children. Because the kids having them as kids themselves. Seriously, that's a big problem. Seriously, that's why, but it's that thing. It don't got nothing to do with where they want to go, anything like that. They just got that pure, powerful drive. Shoot, that's why some girls get caught up with some bad guys. Because it's purely primal. It's purely primal. And that's the thing to understand. Now, if you get older, a woman want to specifically have your child, trust me, it's on that primal thing. If she just want a child, she can find something. Because like I said, you got plenty of women out here. That's all they want. In fact, I saw something. This was regarding something with black women. They were complaining not enough black male sperm donors. But that's when they just want a baby. And let me be clear, this ain't something just limited to black women. It's women of all races, because, well, they hitting their sperm donor banks more. That's when they just want a baby, or they'll find some individual who look decent enough, and had that baby, might not tell them. And seriously, you got some women with some money, shoot, they'll just find that guy looks decent, look like he can make some good babies and everything, and then just go on. Then, like I said, there's plenty of fathers out there, and they might have dealt with some older woman, think she had some sense. No, she just wanted that baby. She already got money. And I know some other cases that involve those situations, but I ain't gonna betray any confidences, but that's when they just want a baby. Now, when they want a specific man's baby, that's powerful. Like I said, that's part of that prime attraction. And I want you to think about that. What is it about those guys? Well, the guys, they just probably at a higher level of physical presence, physicality. Oops, is that bringing in body game? Yet another reason. You're hitting a woman on a different level. And I would even tell some guys who hitting it on that level, make sure you wrap up. Make sure you wrap up. So, but anyway, let me go further. I was gonna cut it off, but let me be very clear about that. Like I said, that was the oldest game I learned about the pregnancy trap. It's either get the man, get the seed, whatever. In fact, a buddy of mine, he might have a daughter out there. Some woman tried to act like, broke up with him, all of a sudden she popping out a child that looked like his sister. But she said, oh no, this ain't yours. Nah, she wanted that, because, that dude was on, women thought he was like just the bomb. But that's how deep it is. All right. And there's some deeper aspects of that. But when a woman wants a specific man's genetics, that's something. Now, she just want the seed, ain't even about the man. He was just in a position to be a donor. So anyway, now that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.